Devotional of Avondale Baptist Church. I'm Pastor Jack Marslander. Hey, thank you for listening in. I do want to warn you ahead of time. This particular devotional is a little more personal and maybe even a little more emotional than most, because something tragic happened in my family in the last week. And you were in church, you heard me say something about it towards the end of the worship service. My oldest daughter lost a baby this last week. Oh, it was unborn, first trimester, but she still lost a baby. And it was a challenge for her, and it was a challenge for the entire family. There's going to be child number 4 for her, grandchild number 10 for us. We lost a baby, a human life. It had to have been a hard phone call for her to make. It was hard for me just to listen to her. Dad, what do I do? I'm looking at a perfect little human baby that just passed. What do I do? Well, my heart went out to her. My heart was filled with grief myself. And then as I began to think through, what do we do? I was confirmed in my thought process after doing some research that in Arizona, a human baby up to the gestational age of 20 weeks is just considered medical waste. That's all it is. It's just waste. And if this had happened in a doctor's office, or if this had happened in a hospital, it would just probably go in the medical waste and would be destroyed like anything else. But we believe this is a little baby, and so we wanted to treat it with more respect. So what we decided to do was we went to the funeral director, our funeral home that we've worked with many times over the years, and talked to him, and he's arranged for a cremation of the little baby, because we want to treat the life with respect, because we believe what the Bible teaches in Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. And so we believe that in human life, any human life, from the youngest preborn, unborn baby to the great grandmas out there, all human life is sacred. I know it's a controversial issue, and I don't usually delve into political issues, and I'm not going political with this at all. I want you to know that. But I've determined again that as a church, as a pastor, we need to do more to both teach and to show the sacredness of human life. Hey, maybe we can do more to support young pregnant moms who might consider an abortion because suddenly their life got really complicated. They might lose a job. They might not be able to keep an apartment. They might not have insurance. They may not have support. Family, sometimes even husbands, may not be happy with them. Boyfriends may exit the picture, and it leaves them in a very vulnerable situation. Rather than just pass a law, you can't do that. We might need to do more to help. We might need to do more to help, and I'm so proud that we have several in our church, people who are serving as foster parents, seeking adoptions. Man, it's such a hard and complicated process to get an adoption in America. If we're going to work on the laws, maybe we need to find ways to make that easier and maybe not so expensive so more people will step forward. Hey, we believe, and so we need to find ways to put it into practice. Life is sacred because it's made in the image of God. And we need to teach that. And we need to show that. Hey, this tragedy just reminded me again of how important it is to preach the reality of God and the gospel of Jesus. Because what we're really talking about when we're talking about culture change, changing the culture, changing the way people think about life, is we're talking about changing human hearts. And the only way you can really change a human heart is through the power of Jesus. Because Jesus can come in and forgive sins and change attitudes and change our outlook. And so, no, you're not going to hear a whole series of anti-abortion messages coming from me, though I may mention it and talk about it when we get to it in the Bible. But I hope what you are going to see is a renewed passion for preaching Jesus, because he alone is the ultimate answer to what ails us in our culture, in America, and in the world. Better politicians? Oh man, I would love that. Better laws? Man, I would love that. Better education system? I would love that. But it's got to start with the human heart. And the only real answer to the human heart is what is found in God's love and the gospel of Jesus Christ. So God brought us through successfully a tough week. And we'll be okay. And we appreciate your prayers and your love. But it reminded me again, man, we need a heart change in America. Life created by God, ultimately with the plan for us to have fellowship with God, is available only through Jesus. And so you will hear me, maybe even more passionately than ever, teach and preach the gospel of Jesus Christ as the only way for us to have real fellowship with God, and as the only way to change the human heart. Hey, thank you for listening. Thank you for praying. Thank you for being part of Avondale Baptist Church, where we love God, we love people, and we follow Jesus. And all the people say, amen.